Hey guys, it's me Lacings and welcome back to another video. Now, this video is gonna be different as I'm not gonna be talking about animalism, but about Animal Crossing, another game that I really like. So, as you guys know, Animal Crossing New Horizons, the latest mainline Animal Crossing game, is coming out on the 20th of March, which is really close, about 2 months away from now, and everybody is super hyped about the game itself. I personally haven't stopped thinking about it ever since it was first announced, and I have wanted this game to be in my hands and to play it for the longest time. So I thought that before it comes out, I would make a video where I discuss it and give my general opinion on the game and everything about that, since we are expecting a Nintendo Direct soon, but we don't have one yet, and there's a lot of unanswered questions and things that people don't know if we're gonna see, and it's all kind of sparse and we don't really have a general understanding of everything the game is gonna offer. So I decided to make a video discussing what we know so far, and this video is actually gonna be split into 3 different categories. The first one being my opinion on the game so far based on what we know and what has been shown to us and all that, and the second category slash segment of the video is gonna be about what I don't want to see from the game, what I think is gonna be bad for the game if it happens, and what I think is gonna ruin the game, basically. The third category is gonna be what I wanna see from the game and what I think is gonna make the game great and awesome, and it's gonna make it be one of the most amazing Animal Crossing games ever. So let's begin. Before we actually start the discussion, I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribed to my channel, as I'm gonna be making more Animal Crossing related videos soon, because I love Animal Crossing. And that's all. Let's begin. Now, with what I think of the game so far, first of all, I think it's absolutely amazing. In the beginning, I think people said it looked a bit unfamiliar with how Animal Crossing has looked over the years. It used to have quite different graphics, and this year they're taking a really different approach and making it a bit more shiny, a bit more plasticky, if that makes sense. And overall, people either love it or hate it. Personally, in the beginning with the E3 trailer, I wasn't sure about it, but right now I am quite positive it's one of my favorite like styles of like and graphics of Animal Crossing games, in terms of graphics. But I really like it. I love the shadows in the world in general. I love the trees. I love how detailed and everything is, and like how beautiful and realistic it looks. But at the same time, it does look like a game, and I really like that. I think it's gonna be one of the most beautiful games that you're just gonna be like walking around and admiring everything just because how pretty the graphics look. I think even the worst like areas are gonna be absolutely stunning because it just looks that good, and I absolutely love how much work has been put into it and how detailed everything is. I cannot imagine how many like hours they have spent making this game, and it's honestly so charming. I like the stuff they changed from the original E3 Nintendo trailer, how the grass is more detailed now instead of how flat it was, and I'm hoping that they change what they see or what the community thinks doesn't look as good. But as of now, I think everything looks really nice, and I don't have any complaints in terms of the look of the game itself, and I think it's one of the game's strongest features, just how pretty it is. There's not much else. I like the crafting idea of it, just because Pocket Camp has been a game that I've played for a long time, ever since it came out actually, and I just have gotten really used to it. But I'm gonna be talking about that more in my concerns segment of the video. I really like the overall creativity behind it. It's one of the most creative Animal Crossing games in terms of you start from scratch and make everything as you see fit. I like how you can put outdoor items outside of the house, and I don't really know much about what you can do in terms of decorating. I know that you can obviously do your house and the outdoors, but I don't know if you can make other animals and neighbors' houses look better by decorating them, but this might be a feature. But as of now, I like how creative it is. I like how you start from nothing. The town doesn't even exist. There's no shop areas, there's no a main street, there's nothing, and I think that's really creative because it's gonna make people wanna play more, and it's gonna keep you playing for longer than just already having a basic town formed. Makes you love your town or whatever it's gonna be once it's more developed more, because you're gonna be the person who created it, you know? I think there's gonna be a town eventually, but I don't think you're gonna be the mayor. You're probably gonna be another citizen or one of the founders, I guess. I really don't know how it works. I think they're gonna do something really smart though, and yeah, I didn't hate the idea of being a mayor like New Leaf, but I do hope we see a lot of different stuff this year and not just a repeat of New Leaf, because a lot of people just wanted this game to be New Leaf 2.0. I personally wanted something really different, and I'm glad we're getting it. So that's basically all. I love how, as I said, the graphics of this game look. I love the villagers and how detailed they are. I love how they have so many different more activities to do, which makes them a lot more realistic and less robotic than they were in some games like Pocket Camp, where they really are weird to talk to. They just don't even move around. But Pocket Camp is in the mainline game, so I can't really talk about it. But generally, I do appreciate it, and I really love when villagers get more alive through the games. The characters, it's amazing how they have more features and they're more customizable than they were before, and how you can actually change their skin color now without having to go tanning, and you can actually just do that through the settings, which is so awesome, and it was really needed. And just this game is gonna be really nice. I don't have many negative stuff. The negative stuff, I have to say, the game itself, based on what we know so far, I really like. The things that I'm worried about is what we might not get because they haven't told us, you know? One thing is that I hope you can actually do more when playing multiplayer this time. I hope you can actually decorate the house and do activities instead of just not being able to do anything in your world because there's other people coming over. But that's more of a concern, which we're gonna dive into right now, because we've entered the second stage of the video, which is my concerns and things that I'm worried about in regards of the game. So the first thing is, I don't know, like, I really like buildings in Animal Crossing. I love being able to enter shops and shop there, and I generally love always making interior decorations and going into neighbors' houses and looking at them, and I think it's a really fun part of the game, and I really hope we get shops in this game. But I have a feeling they're gonna do something like Pocket Camp, where every shop is in a bit of a carriage and they just show a couple of their stuff and they just stay there, where you can't enter the shop and you can just look at it. If that makes sense, if you understand what I'm saying, which is kind of horrible. I really hope we actually get to enter shops, especially with how pretty the game looks this year. And if they don't do that, I'm gonna be really mad, and it's gonna be one of the worst things they could ever do to me. And I hope eventually that we can put public works projects, because with Animal Crossing I'm all about decorating a certain town or the place you live and making it pretty and have a certain aesthetic and just making it what you want to see and making it as awesome as you like and making it your own and everything. And I really hope, I really hope we see that, and it's not bare and there's actually a lot of stuff we can put. Like, obviously, since we can put indoor items, outdoor is gonna be really customizable, but I still don't know about it. Like, I hope we get public works projects, and I hope Isabel comes and allows us to actually build more stuff. But again, we know so little about the other stages of the game apart from the beginning stages, that it's just so unclear and so weird that we know so little that it's just all speculation and we barely know anything. So that's really bad for me. It stresses me out, because I think they really need to tell us more about the game and what you can do after the beginning, where you place a tent and start crafting the basic materials and having basically nothing in possession. I hope they show us the later stages of the game where people start getting bored and they just don't really do anything, because with Animal Crossing it's always a certain way of being really fun in the beginning and then getting really boring once you've reached a certain level. And I was always hoping that this game, the Switch game, would be more I guess fun and more fun to play, no matter how into the game you were and no matter how much you've played, and it wouldn't just be fun in the beginning. But based on the fact that they've only shown us the beginning stages, I'm starting to think that this is the only fun part of the game, which is the worst thing. I really hope the game is fun throughout, but they really need to show more stuff, and that's my biggest concern. I think it's gonna be boring eventually, because they don't show us anything in the later part of the game apart from a few stuff like the neighbors' houses or the animals' houses, but they haven't shown us a single building, and we don't know anything about the new characters and their purpose. And obviously they're probably gonna show this to us at the direct, but again, it's really worrying as a fan because you don't know what's gonna happen and you could really easily be let down. But this is one of the biggest things that worries me. I just don't know what's gonna happen with the game. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Obviously, since like New Leaf was so good, and New Leaf is my favorite Animal Crossing game, since it was so good, I can't like imagine this game being bad at the slightest. I think they're definitely hiding a lot of stuff. The gameplay part of like the game we've seen, like the treehouse gameplay, was kind of like basic, and it was really early too, so we just don't know yet. Maybe they weren't as ready to show it to us. Maybe they were still working on it, but regardless, I just wish that it's just a concern of mine and that they actually have a lot of stuff, a lot of fun stuff coming in the future, and the game isn't only fun in the beginning. So yeah, this is one of my biggest concerns, and what I have to say worries me about the game. Now, jumping on to the last part of the video where I talk about the things I want to see and the things we don't know about yet. I hope we overall see more events, because they haven't shown us an event yet, apart from maybe the Toy Day event where the cedar trees have like lights around them. Maybe that counts as an event. Maybe that counts as an event decoration. But I don't know. Like, I don't think we're not gonna have events, but I hope we have events. And I also hope that cooking is implemented. I know a lot of people want to see cooking, but the reason this came to mind was due to the little like shot where the person eats the apple and they can move a tree. Like, maybe that could mean that we finally can like make food and eat it in order to have energy. I don't want it to be in a way that if you don't eat, you don't have energy and you can't do much. But I like the idea of food having a purpose apart from like giving it to villagers who ask for it and stuff. So I just hope we have more of a use for it in terms of getting more energy for it, which we do, but I hope it's not just from apples, you know. But this is kind of a silly thing that I wouldn't mind if we don't get. I hope we get Dr. Shrunk, because if the only emotes are the ones that we already know of and there's no extra ones, it's gonna be a bit unfortunate, since the emotes on Animal Crossing are also good, and it would be a shame if we only got a few out of all the ones that exist. What else? I do hope, which is not gonna happen, but I really hope that we get a lot more villager types, and that we get like more personalities in terms of villagers, but also more villager species. Like, I really want to see foxes, but we're not gonna get that anyway, so I don't even know why I'm talking about it. And lastly, one thing that I really want to see, which I've mentioned before, is the fact that I want the main street to happen. One of my favorite things about New Leaf was being able to go to the main street every day and saying what's in store and basically taking everything out, and that was honestly so fun. It's one of the best things to me again. But I hope that in the beginning there's not gonna be a main street, obviously, but I hope later people are gonna start moving in and eventually there's gonna be an area of shops. I think that's gonna be really fun, but at the same time, I don't know, because the map, the way it is, doesn't show a way to go somewhere special for a main street. Maybe you are going to go through Main Street through the plane, through the Dodo Airlines thing. Maybe it's gonna be in your island directly, so you don't have to go into a special staircase to go there. You're gonna just have it next to you. And I do hope we see more shops, like a cafe shop, and generally a lot of shops that are smaller and don't have really a use, because that would make the town more alive and fun to explore. And yeah, I would really like that. So what I was saying, if they actually make the shops in the island itself, I hope that slowly the Able Sisters or Leaf are gonna move into the island and make their shops, first by making them really small and then expanding them. And I think that's gonna be really, really cute, and I'd love to see it again. I think I'm really gonna like that, and I think a lot of more people are gonna like it. And lastly, one of the things I want to see, which hasn't been mentioned, is being able to have dream towns again, because it's so relieving, the fact that we have dream towns and people can't destroy your stuff. Dream towns are so good overall, because I like the idea of a dream town, how you basically quote unquote visit it in a dream and it's not in real life. And I like how you can, the whole idea of the dreams and stuff are not fun, but they're really clever in my opinion. So we hope to see that, and I hope that there's actually a way for people to visit without potentially harming our island and destroying our progress and stuff, because that would be really sad if we didn't have a way to visit other people. Because the sense of community I get from visiting dream towns is so fun. The way you can visit other people's towns when you want and taking them out and getting inspiration is so fun that I just really want to see it come back. But that's all I kind of have in mind right now. I really just basically hope a lot of the characters we have from previous games return, like Blathers, which is confirmed, but I just want everybody to return. And overall, I just hope that the game is a good mix of something we've seen from the past, but also something new. So we don't really feel like we're experiencing a whole new thing and get confused and feel left out because we don't see a lot of stuff from the other games. But at the same time, I do want it to be unique and for it to be something different that we haven't seen before from Animal Crossing. I just hope they balance it out and do what the fans want, but at the same time make something different and not just another version of the previous game. But yeah, since the wait has been so long for New Horizons, we've waited for this game for the longest time, and I personally am gonna be buying a Switch just for this game. Obviously I'm gonna be playing other games, but this game is gonna be like one of the main ones I'm gonna be playing, so I hope it's gonna be worth the money, you know? Yeah, if you have any opinions regarding the game, make sure to leave them in the comments, because I will be replying with what I think about your opinion. But yeah, that's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you agreed with what I have to say, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.